Hi, my name is Professor Claudia Gray. I'm a pediatrician and I'm an allergy specialist, and most importantly, I'm a mother too. And today I'd like to talk about babies' skin health. Let's talk about our miraculous skin and how the skin of babies differs from that of adults. Our skin is truly a miraculous organ. It's the first line of defense between us and the environment to protect us from chemicals, mechanical injury, the elements, bugs, allergens, and also to enable us to retain water and nutrients. We often take our skin for granted until it is damaged or diseased. The barrier function of the skin is predominantly in the outer layer, which is called the epidermis. And within the epidermis, the very top layer, called the stratum corneum, has the main bouncer function in the skin. Imagine the stratum corneum as a brick wall. The bricks are our cells. They need to be of good quality, they need to be good height, they need to have several layers to make a strong wall, and every now and again, the faulty bricks need to be replaced or renewed. Now, the cement in between the bricks is also super important. In the skin, the cement is made up of a layer of lipids and proteins, which also need to be of good quality and constantly renewed. On top of our brick wall is what we call the acid mantle, which is a slightly acidic layer which protects the underlying cells and allows them to function at their best. Think of it as a sealant on the top of a brick wall. In this sealant is also a layer of bugs, or the microbiome, and these bugs need to be neutral or useful because harmful bugs will erode our brick wall. So let's recap. We need these components: healthy cells, healthy cement in between our cells, and a healthy sealant on top of our wall. And together, these components make a healthy skin barrier. Now, let's have a little look at a baby's skin and how it differs from adult skin. Most babies are born with the most precious, soft, and tender skin, and we even use the phrase soft as a baby's skin. But the baby's skin is still work in action. It's under development, and it needs to adapt to its new environment over time. It's still sensitive and it's fragile. It's not the same as adult skin, and this is particularly important in the first year of life. So let's look at some of the key differences between adult skin and baby skin. And we have 7 factors here. First of all, the epidermis and the stratum corneum, so the main bouncer layers, are 30% thinner in the baby than in the adult. So our brick wall is lower and loses water more easily. Secondly, the cells are smaller, so the bricks are less robust. Thirdly, inside the stratum corneum cells, there are fewer natural moisturizing factors than in adult cells, so the cells don't stay as moist and pliable as adult cells. Then, the intercellular protein and lipids in between the cells are fewer in babies than in adults, so the cement is not fully developed. Fifthly, the acid mantle is underdeveloped, so the pH of a baby's skin is actually more alkaline than an adult skin. Number 6, there are also fewer sweat and sebaceous glands in babies, so there are fewer antibacterial secretions which come from these glands. And number 7, the microbiome, which consists of bugs on top of our skin, which plays such an important role in our immune systems, is still fairly underdeveloped. It's like an empty canvas which needs to be populated, and this can be in a healthy way, ideally, or an unhealthy way if we're unlucky. Let's now move on to discuss the consequences of this sensitive skin in babies. What does it actually mean to have these differences between babies and adult skin? So, the baby skin, first of all, loses water more easily. It's more prone to dryness or xerosis than an adult skin. Secondly, the baby's skin absorbs substances more easily. So, if we put on something damaging onto that skin, it will be absorbed more than through an adult skin. Thirdly, the baby's skin barrier is not as strong as an adult's, making it more susceptible to transgression by bugs causing infections or allergens from the environment, even possibly causing allergies. The baby's skin is also more sensitive to UV light and sunlight. It's also more prone to developing skin conditions like nappy rashes or eczema, which represent a breach in the skin barrier if not protected properly. Importantly, the skin barrier can be disturbed even further if we use the wrong products on a baby's skin, especially harsh products, which can damage the developing skin barrier even further. So, dry skin, or xerosis is the medical term, can present as slightly rough or flaky skin in babies, especially in exposed areas such as the face. I always say the face talks. And it's said to occur in up to 60% of babies at some stage. Now, eczema is different. It's a step further than dry skin. It's irritated, reddened, itchy, and dry skin, and this can develop in 15 to 20% of babies. Eczema needs to be taken seriously because not only can it cause misery, sleep disturbance, extreme itchiness, and fussiness, but it can cause even more serious consequences such as skin infections and even allergies. So we can see that the sensitive, developing baby's skin can easily be damaged, and we need to work pretty hard at trying to prevent this. So, how do we best take care of a baby's delicate skin? It is of vital importance to have a well researched skin routine for babies and something that's clinically proven with gentle products as part of their skincare routine. Products need to be safe, they should do no harm, they need to be well tolerated and maintain the skin barrier, and effective with clinically proven benefits. With that in mind, let's talk about wash routines and then moisturizing routines. Firstly, washing that little baby. So, the vernix, which is that oily white stuff on a term newborn baby's skin, is actually very protective, so shouldn't be wiped off during the first 24 hours. After 1 or 2 days of life, the full term baby can be bathed. Bathing is safe as long as it's short, less than 10 minutes, and at the correct temperature, so 36 to 37 degrees as per body temperature, and using the correct products. Initially, bathing every 2 or 3 days should suffice, but as they mature, bathing becomes part of their daily routine. Washing with water alone has not been found to improve the hydration of the skin. And in addition, hard water, so water that's very high in calcium, can be extra irritant to the baby's skin. Products which contain harsh soaps and harsh surfactants such as sodium lauryl sulfate and those which are alkaline in pH can damage the baby's skin barrier further and make it prone to dryness and even eczema. Safest are gentle cleansers with a slightly acidic pH and with moisturizing properties. Or you can even use an emollient or moisturizer to cleanse the baby. Let's talk about moisturizing the baby. So, the aim of moisturizing a baby is to hydrate the skin, maintain the skin barrier, and even help the skin barrier to strengthen. There are different forms of moisturizers depending on their relative water and oil content. So, lotions are more water based and thinner, whereas creams are slightly thicker with a higher oil content, and thickest of all are ointments, which are suitable for very dry skin, very leathery skin, or eczema prone skin because they have a high oil content. The form of moisturizer depends firstly on personal choice to a degree, and secondly on the condition of the skin. So, a healthy baby's skin may be fine with lotions and creams, whereas extremely dry skin or eczema skin may need an ointment. There are several components or characteristics of moisturizers that make them suitable for sensitive skin. So, watch out for these components when choosing your moisturizer. Firstly, they should contain an occlusive agent, which forms a protective barrier on the skin, keeping out the baddies, keeping in the goodies, and examples would be beeswax or petroleum. Secondly, they should contain a humectant, derived from the word humidity, which is an ingredient that holds onto water within the skin cells. Examples would be urea or glycerol. Thirdly, they should contain an emollient. This is the fatty substance that fills the cracks between the cells, so helps with the cement and smooths the skin. So examples would be ceramides or shea butter. Fourthly, it should be pH friendly. Remember, ideally slightly acidic, and also help a healthy set of microbes to thrive. Fifthly, it may contain bonus ingredients which are extra soothing or anti itching. And lastly, it should be free from harmful substances such as sodium lauryl sulfate, heavy perfumes, or heavy colorants that could irritate the skin. So, carefully chosen moisturizers which satisfy all of these criteria should be applied from a young age, once or even twice a day. Certainly, a good time is straight after the bath. Studies have shown that this helps to maintain a healthy skin barrier, manages dry skin, may prevent eczema, but certainly if you do have eczema, it reduces the number of flares. Therefore, it reduces also your need for harsh topical agents and topical anti inflammatories. Let's take a look at the potential role of oats in a baby's skincare routine. Yes, oats have been used for many, many centuries for their skin soothing properties. And more recently, they've been added as a vital ingredient to certain moisturizers and cleansers because of their many benefits. So let's look at these benefits. The so called triple oats complex describes the three main components of oats added to skincare products. These components are firstly colloidal oatmeal, which is powder made from grinding whole oats, secondly, oat oils, and thirdly, avenanthramides. The colloidal oatmeal forms a deposit on the skin, creating an occlusive barrier. It also has water binding properties, so is humectant. Furthermore, it helps to buffer the acidity of the skin on the sealant and has anti inflammatory properties. Interestingly, colloidal oats also contain a prebiotic factor, which helps to increase the variety and growth of healthy microbes on the skin. Oat oils contain a lot of linoleic acids, which actually form a vital part of ceramides. It also contains free fatty acids, which help with barrier repair. The third component, the avenanthramides, are special chemicals in oats with a strong anti inflammatory, anti itch, and antioxidant component, which can reduce irritation and scratching further. So important for a baby's comfort and to prevent that itch scratch cycle. So, studies have shown that oat complex reduces water loss, increases ceramide production, reduces dryness, reduces itching, reduces inflammation, and prolongs time in between eczema flares. So, if we think about the criteria for a good moisturizer, the oats complex contributes towards an occlusive barrier, it's humectant, it provides a basic ingredient for ceramides, which is our emollient, it is pH friendly, it promotes a good microbiome, it is free from baddies, it's pleasant in smell and texture, easy to use, and safe from a young age. Let's conclude our section on the baby's skin. We've heard that the baby's skin is still work in action. It's underdeveloped. It's not the same as adult skin. It's sensitive, it's more fragile, and it very much depends on what we put on it for good skin health. If we get it wrong, we can cause short term skin issues, and long term, we can also cause generalized health issues. So choose wisely.